Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. Today we're back on the first dev server for Update Fire and Ice, and it's time to have a look at the new UAV mechanics that are coming to the game. Last update we saw an addition of drones to the game, not just in the aggressive way, but also in the scout UAV way. And in this update they are looking to expand them in specific ways to make them a little bit more usable. The scout UAVs already are pretty decent, they're quite nice and work very well, and now with the way that they're going to work, they're going to be even more usable. Hopefully they don't give them scouting, otherwise that would just instantly make them overpowered, but we're going to have to see what they decide to do with them. So the controls for this stuff is not set up yet, but basically there's a few new little additions to them. So the first one is the fact that you have a different model for the UAV now. You can see it has a ball on the bottom of it. This is basically where its camera is, so now you actually have a much wider view of everything that you can move around with. You can actually go full 360 around the place, so if you want to keep your target on this to have a look at it and then keep your area there, you can kind of hold it the whole way as you move around, as long as it holds true. Let's see if I can try and do that again. There we go. So we'll just stick it there and then just kind of go, and it loses lock for some reason, probably because I tilt it. Maybe that's what's losing it, but yeah, so you can do stuff like that. Obviously the other thing for it is you have the NVDs, so you can turn on NVDs for it, so it'll be easier for you to be able to move around the place and see the stuff. So you can see here, that's where I am, kind of just sat over there. You can still crash it into planes and helicopters if you feel like it, so you can kind of batter them around if you're interested in that. And they've also added another mechanic, which is of course the the stabilization was already there, but there's this one, the support plane orbiting. Now this doesn't have a button yet, but basically if you hit it, like you can alt and then left click it, what it'll do is it'll actually just send your drone into a circular motion around the battlefield. So before, what would happen is if you left your drone, it would just go in a straight line over and over and over and over again, and what would end up happening is it would just fly off into the battlefield and you wouldn't really be able to do anything with it. Now the way that it works is it'll orbit around like a specific point on the battlefield, so it will just go in circles, so you can quick switch between your vehicle and like around. You can shoot a few targets maybe, and then if you want to kind of like recon the area and see what's going on, the drone is not going to be in the middle of nowhere. It's also not going to be able to be seen. There we go. So you can see it's still around the area, it's just been going around in a circle. You can actually still control it in this point, so you can still move it around the place, which is quite nice. But generally, at least right now, I think it's pretty nice that they've added this. If you just use like the general mouse movements, you can see it doesn't affect it at all if you have it selected. If you actually use the keyboard controls though, you can shift it around the place, so if you don't want to quick switch between them, you can do. So that's pretty cool and nice to see, really. Glad that they are updating the mechanics and improving them, as they always do when it comes to new stuff. As always, I hope you have a wonderful day. I'll see you next time. I'd like to thank Forge, Siegebreak, Carrion Crow, Nicholas Richardson, Elove Goat, Pyman, Winter Scientist, Merciless Reaper, Orange Tail, Teddy, Daniel Stanton, Moxie, B. Young, and also Sem Arslan, Wilkski, Uncle Bean, Derek R., Bareen, Lafouche, and Samuel Slick for supporting the channel.